Hi everyone, my name is Baptiste Benson-Wu, author of historical fiction and historical fantasy. Welcome to my universe. Folks, it's shaping up to be a rough year for the writing and reading community. It's not even mid-February and we already have fallen heroes on both sides of the community. So we have once beloved writers who turned out to be awful people, reviewers too, and even competitions took a hit. So you know what, I told myself it's time to turn the light on and spread some positivity. In this video I will share some insights as to what makes an author's lives better and how you can make their day. Let me start by saying that from my experience, the vast majority of people from the reading and writing community are outstanding people and none of them gets the recognition they truly deserve. We easily and often talk about the worst member of our world, but not nearly enough about those who make it shine. So, let's do that today. And you know what, I was going to leave it at that and not name anyone because, well, first, I didn't ask them if that was okay to name drop them in this video, but screw it. Thousand thanks and years of gratitude to all the people who made the past 2.5 years of publishing an amazing journey for me. Thank you first and foremost to Tori Teken for being the first person to mention my debut novel in the community and for interviewing me on her channel, and then for introducing me to more amazing reviewers and people in general like Kyle and Alan. And Alan? Sorry, Alan. Thank you very much to Bo Kelly and the entire SSF Insiders crew for everything you guys do for writers out there. You guys rock. Same comment for Fanfi Addict team as well, obviously. Now, I've got too many reviewers to thank, and I will definitely forget some because I just put those names down 2 minutes before shooting this video. So sorry if I forget you, but I want to thank a few of you. So thank you very much, Esme, Javier, Vinay, Christopher Now, Indie Man, Kate from the Literary Apothecary, Kay from Kay's Hidden Shelf, Zara, Michael Delaney from Wolf Mantula, and the Mighty Brothers Gwines. And of course, thank you very much to Graf and Mary for championing my work so often. All of you, absolutely all of you are amazing people. Keep doing what you do. Mwah. Now, among the writers who helped me out through my publishing journey, I need to thank Ronit, Chris Porter, ZB Steele, Cody C. Engdahl, Rob J. Ace, obviously, Mary Sinajan, and Angus Donald, plus Tori, obviously, who I mentioned earlier. I will share the links to their books and their social media in the description of the video. So if you want to read more books from pretty outstanding people, go check the description of this video. And finally, thank you very much to the A-team of the Baptiste universe. So thank you very much, Andres, Vivian, Ben, Charlie, and James. You guys are so amazing. I'm so lucky to have you on board and helping me out. Well, pretty much every day, actually. Thank you. Now, that was a lot of people, and I definitely forgot some of you. So to make sure everyone is included, let's say that anyone who's read and reviewed and enjoyed my books, anyone who's mentioned them or me in posts, YouTube videos, and or simply with their friends, or if you've sent me messages, very simply send me messages to let me know that you enjoyed my stories. Well, thank you very much. You made my days every day for the past 2.5 years. Et voila. Now let's go back to the matter at hand. So how can you make your favorite authors' lives better, more enjoyable? And let me first say that being a writer is tough. All right, it's super enjoyable. I love every minute of it, but it doesn't change the fact that it is tough. Now, thankfully, some key moments of this adventure make it all worth it, and those moments depend on readers to make them happen. So I'll give you a few examples of what usually has the greatest impact on my publishing, on my writing days, or just daily life in general as a writer. And the best part is, it doesn't take much time from you guys and no money at all, or almost no money at all. So in no particular order, quite obviously reviews reviews is what makes a writer's success, at least nowadays. So anytime you've read a book, quite easily share a review of it, especially if you've enjoyed this book. So of course, the obvious places to leave reviews would be Goodreads and Amazon. I don't know which one is better than the other, because Goodreads and Amazon are now connected, but that's not all, right? So without creating a new review, you can share your thoughts on several platforms that can be social media like X, Threads, or Bluesky, but it could also be on Instagram. So, just put the cover of the book and a few lines of your thoughts from your review. It can be a video on YouTube if you have a channel where that makes sense. It can also be on Reddit if you are a member of Reddit, if you are often there. It seems to be a very powerful platform for readers to connect and for writers to have their work shared. So I know I often go on Reddit to check if there is any post or comment about my books. Happens once in a while, and it always felt pretty amazing to see reviews and comments regarding my stories where I didn't expect them to be in the first place. So, and again, it really doesn't need to be long. Obviously, as an author, I love to see long, detailed reviews of my books that make me feel like the reviewer spent a big chunk of their time, writing those thoughts. But even just I love that book, that was awesome, absolutely perfect. Don't take more of your time than you need to or that you have, and I swear we'll love all those positive reviews. Now, another thing is, even if there is some negativity in your reviews, like, it's fine, tag us, make sure that we see your review as well. We are all mature enough, I hope, to understand that not everyone is going to love our work, and that even if you did love our books, maybe you didn't love 100% of it, and that's fine, like if it's 3 stars and up, please tag us, and don't worry about maybe some aspect of the book that you didn't enjoy. That will actually help us improve our craft in the future if your point is logical and makes sense to us as well. Number 2, interviews. Well, this one is more for people with a platform, obviously, but never fear asking a writer for an interview, right? So it can be a written interview on the blog, it can be for a podcast, for a YouTube channel, whatever it is. We are always looking for ways to get the words regarding our books out, and you help us so much by doing so. So I'm a small-time writer, but I'm pretty sure even big writers would love to be interviewed more, I hope. And the good thing is, you actually don't need to have read our books or book before you interview us. Now, maybe you should mention it to the writer before the interview, like, I haven't read your book, but I would love to know more about it in an interview. My viewers, my listeners would love to know more about it as well. It's better for us to know that you haven't read it, but we don't mind. Usually, at least I don't mind being interviewed by people who haven't read my books. All right, so don't think that because you haven't read it yet, you shouldn't interview us. Feel free to reach out, and most of us will be delighted to join you on your platform. And the thing is, we tend to be a fairly shy bunch, and it's always weird to me. I don't really know how to approach you guys who might do interviews to ask, is that okay if you interview me? I would love to be on your platform. Oh, this is so awkward to ask, going to someone and say, like, do you want to interview me? Right? It's weird. So I never really dare doing so. So, for example, I have this book coming out in a month and a half, BloodoftheKami. I would love to mention it more, to talk more about it on YouTube, in podcasts, blogs, whatever it is. I want to talk more about it, but I don't know who to approach or how to approach you. So if you have some advice or if you are interested, feel free to reach out or leave a comment under this video, and let's make it happen. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's awkward for us to be the one asking to be interviewed sometimes. So feel free to reach out. We won't mind. We will be very happy for it. Now, number 3, direct messages. So I know it's maybe not the most popular opinion, but I love direct messages. I love when readers reach out to me in DMs or private message or email on my website, whatever it is. I love it. So for example, recently, and I receive a fair amount, at least daily, I receive messages from readers, including pictures that reminded them of my work. And I love those messages. I love seeing those pictures because first, it means those readers keep thinking about my stories after they've read them. So they will see like a ninja fighting on a roof or a turret in a Japanese castle. Or a frog, gigantic frog with a katana, whatever it is, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, oh, it made me think of your work, and I love it. Thank you so much, and it's also good inspiration for future books. Recently, I've received them fairly often, and that's amazing. It makes my day. Among all the other examples I will give, this makes my day. Now, I've never received any fan art. But I can only assume this must feel absolutely amazing to receive fan art of your work. So if you've read a book and you have this image, if the story gave you an image in your mind, and you want to draw it or you want to create some kind of fan art it could be music as well, share it with us, share it with the world. I cannot imagine how good that must feel to know that some people spent a few hours of their time creating something from the work that we've spent, a big chunk of time creating as well. It can also be very simply book mail pictures, so it feels great when readers receive a print version of our book and, take a picture and share it on social media. I don't know, I love it. I'm pretty sure every writer out there loves it as well. And of course, mid-reading messages. So when I receive a direct message from a reader who goes like, I will never forgive you for what you did to such and such character. Well, first, there is an evil chuckle coming out of me. And second, I'm so happy to know that someone felt like they needed to let me know how they felt about my stories. So it doesn't take much of your time, and you should never worry about bothering us. You don't bother us. It feels amazing. And no matter which of those examples I gave, whenever I receive a direct message from a reader, and no matter how crappy my day is, I will carry this thing in my chest like an amulet to ward off evil. It will be like Sam, brandishing the file of Galadriel to fight off Shelob. So that's the power you guys have by reaching out to us and just making a light comment. And just like for reviews, it really doesn't need to be long, Now, for example, thinking about the first time someone sent me an email, starting it with, huge fan, I'm still grinning over it. Now, granted, that was just a few weeks ago, but I swear to you, I still feel all bubbly that someone started an email saying huge fan. Now, for a couple of days, I thought that was maybe a bit of a joke or sarcasm or something, but turns out seems to be genuine. So that was fantastic. I want more of those. And lastly, in many different forms, it can happen in many different forms, but asking for more. So it can be, again, in a direct message, but it can be in a comments to a post or in a video or whatever it is. But it doesn't bother writers when you ask for more. So feel free to, finish a book, review however you want, and then, mention that you want more of this. It's not going to bother us. It's just going to fuel our desire to actually give you what you want, which is more books in such or such world. Now, I'm generalizing a lot here. Again, that's really how I feel about it. I know many writers feel the same. I think in general, all those examples I gave on how you can make our day will speak to most writers. I can be wrong. I think it's general though. What you have to understand is by the time you read a book, the author who wrote it has spent hundreds of hours on it and hundreds of dollars, and they have lost sleep, probably shed a few tears over it. I know that on my side I have spent anywhere from 300 hours to maybe 1,000 hours or more on each of my books. And you know, I think the worst one, the one that took me the most time is this one, Blood of Midgard, which was like a pre-debut novel, and this book is selling for 99 cents, the ebook version at least, on Amazon, which means it generates something like 35 cents of royalties for each ebook copies sold, right? So I'm saying this because it definitely took more than 1,000 hours to get it in your hands, and I know I will never make a living out of this one exclusively, but knowing that some people out there have lived a few hours in this world with those characters and had a great time doing so, it makes it all worth it. I swear, it might sound weird to you, but it makes the whole difference. It's thanks to you, with a short message, a short review, you can make our life a lot better. And even if we don't get rich or famous over it, that will help us continue to produce more for you guys. So every like, every share, quote, every message, everything I've mentioned in this video, it's like a little stone that you put on the road to our publishing journey, and it takes us a step or two further on our goal, whatever it is. Most of us would love to become best-selling author. I swear to you, every like and all those messages will help us get there eventually, and they give us the will and the energy to make more books. So really, it's a give and take. It's a win-win situation here, and we are all very grateful to you. Now, that's it for me today. I really hope that wasn't too cheesy for you, and that was just a video I've wanted to do for a long time. Now it's done. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos related to my books, more writing tips, some videos about Japan as well, where I live, and then some more. Cheers, see you soon.